Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be discussing a more recent mystery, the disappearance of Jill Puglisi. This one strikes very close to home. So close, as a matter of fact, that it happened in these very doors. That's right. Tonight we brought the filming into the scene of the crime. Let's go over the details. On December 1st, 2018, Jill Puglisi was discovered missing by her suitemates. Jill's suitemates reported looking about their dorm and finding that it had been, quote, covered in an insane amount of trash. In the corner of the room was a pile of flip-flops that all belonged to Jill. After seeing this, you just have to ask yourself, why would any sane person want to amass such a strange collection of flip-flops? Surely there are other, more safe, more sensible forms of footwear, and yet flip-flops are what she chose. Additionally, her suitemates found that the bed sheets had been torn from their mattresses and then thrown onto the floor, as if they had been thrown in anger. Her door had been shut tight, as it always is, shutting out the warmth and affection of her two loving suitemates. Her suitemates say that in the moments before her disappearance, she had been reportedly seeming a little agitated, saying things such as, "No, stop, leave me alone, I hate you. No, I'm serious this time, I'm moving out, you're never going to see me again, goodbye," slamming the door behind her. To this date, an hour and a half after her disappearance, we still have not seen or heard from her since. Now let's get into the clues that she may have left behind. A bag, phone charger, computer charger, and a box of Entenmann's Poppin' were found at the crime scene. Clearly, Jill had planned to come back, and yet she never has. Additionally, her door was locked tight, blocking off any more signs of clues. Perhaps the secrets of where she might have gone might have resided in these doors, but we will never know. Which brings us to the next clue. Upon walking into the next room, we discovered that one of the floor tiles were a little loose. We thought perhaps that this is just the shitty craftsmanship of this entire fucking dorm in general. But no, a note was found underneath the floor tiles. They tell a heartbreaking story. Prom, one side asks. "No, die, fatty." One responds. Her friends can confirm that this is indeed Jill's handwriting, with the other side being her heartbroken suitemate's love confession. It remains a sad testament of what could have been a happy story. And finally, in the room in and of itself, you might look at this and think, what a wonderful room, so well decorated by two geniuses. But something is clearly amiss. Who could have done this? Our beds were neatly made. Our beds had been neatly made just that morning before, and now they've been sullied by the filth of the floor. Only a madman would do it, or a mad woman. That being said, now let's get into some of the theories that might explain this senseless disappearance. One is that Jill might have been kidnapped and taken away by Maeve Willis. Maeve Willis is another fellow college student and alleged friend of the other suitemates, though evidence has shown that she evidently hates them. Jill and Maeve were ex-roommates and seem to have created some sort of strange telepathic bond where they can read each other's minds and finish each other's words. It's just unnatural, and however, this might tie into other clues that were found. That spurned love confession before might have been Jill's last note to her dear suitmate Carly, who had been searching for an answer as to why her heart had needed to be shattered in this way. Perhaps Jill's heart was already given to another, Maeve, and they have now run off together and eloped. I say that I hope the two of them are happy. The second theory, perhaps a little more plausible, is that Jill had been reportedly saying that she was desperate to commit this act that she called suicide. Now, Jill, of course, was experiencing deteriorating mental stability, as evidenced by several of these different clips that her dear sweet mates have amassed for her own memorial.
You, Cassidy?
Yeah. Get the baby away! Kill the baby! It's a strange practice that Jill often spoke of. Nobody truly knows what it is or what it means to do. Perhaps it's a religious ritual. Perhaps it's... well, we just never know, do we? But perhaps that would explain her unnecessary cruelty to her kind, helpful, and incredibly attractive sweet mates in the moments before she disappeared. And lastly, the fan favorite theory that Jill was not in a happy roommate situation, but in a cult. New evidence has come to light that her sweet mates may have inducted themselves into a cult of which they were the ringleaders of. Jill's last words to them were that she had wanted to leave and reportedly wished to move out. What if her sweet mates had been angered by the fact that she wanted to leave this cult and took her out before she could leave them forever? Whatever the answer may be, this mystery might never be solved. Why on earth would any sane human being want I think every time I see you laugh, I never spend money. But do you want to order Tom's? The suite to be, quote, trashed, filled with this is so fucking The end.